Hey, it's Thursday Thoughts, and I'm here with Eli,
Howdy.
and we're here at Camp Cedar Crest. You can tell there's the bear, there's the A-frame. I was just telling Eli that I grew up going here. Your wife grew up, Jamie grew up going
Jamie
here.
grew up going here as a kid.
Yeah, my wife Cindy grew up going here. So many incredible memories, and we're in that kind of beautiful moment before all the students wake up, and we're kind of getting some of that quiet time. It's day 4 of Camp Cedar Crest, and getting some extra coffee in. You know,
need that energy to get our day going.
exactly. And I just, we were just talking about what God was doing in the lives of our youth. First of all, I just want to thank you, Eli, for your own business. You got so much going on, and that you gave a week of your life to be here, and this is your first time as like a cabin counselor.
Yeah.
But I saw you just doing awesome with our boys last night, and that's kind of where I wanted to just challenge those of you guys that are watching right now, is the importance of getting outside of your regular routine, the busyness. Even as Eli, he's like, hey, I'm going to turn off my phone. I'm going to, let my team handle it, because I want to be present here for what God's doing. And I saw you do that same thing with our boys last night. And we were just having our cabin time after worship and after the service, and you just said, hey guys, let's not rush past this moment. And I felt like that was such a word from the Lord, not just to the boys, but to me, and maybe even to you. That we tend to rush right past what God is doing, and then we're like, God, how come I don't ever see you move? And a lot of times it's because we're just not taking the time to wait on the Lord. You want to kind of tell everyone what happened last night?
Yeah. So I mean, it's funny even seeing myself on camera, seeing the mustache. I forgot that I'm rocking a mustache here.
It's that camp look, man.
Yeah,
You're
just
rocking the camp look.
taking some time to do it for the kids.
Yeah.
And I think that it's so just unique that you have to take the time to really listen and hear what God is asking of you. We conjure up these thoughts and these ideas that God is in the background with this big booming voice, and it's not.
No.
Sometimes it's just very simple, being in the moment, giving it your all, being present.
Yeah.
To rock a stash, and do it for the kids.
Do it for the kids.
And dress up every day.
Yeah,
and be
yeah.
involved.
Yeah.
And as much as we want to have fun and do those things as well, it's just as equally as important to just stop and cut off your mind. You want to just race to the next thing. Okay, stopwatch is, it's on. Got to get to the next thing, answer the next text, send out the next email, accomplish the next task, let the next person, even in your camp, speak. So we were in a situation last night where, it was awkward. It was a little awkward and strange.
Yeah.
There's 8-10 guys sitting in a camp.
It's a stinky cabin, with boys that are making all kinds of noise.
Yeah, to have 8 guys sitting around and be silent
Right.
for 2 minutes is a miracle
It,
in and of
it
itself.
really was. It really was. Yeah.
But in that moment of not rushing to have the next joke come out or call on the next person or somebody say something funny,
Or
God
go to
really,
the snack bar.
Yeah, or go to the snack bar, rush out to see your friends. We found that God really showed up in that moment.
Did.
And it was just really encouraging to see God working in the lives of the youth and see him speak to the kids there and put an impression on somebody's heart. We saw that, there was a couple of words, just words of encouragement that came out, that God had stirred some things on a couple of the kids' hearts that they didn't converse about the topic at all.
No.
And just
God gave him prophetic words.
A prophetic word about something that was in someone else's life. And so that was really encouraging to see. And it was cool to facilitate that opportunity, because I think as youth, you don't always have that exposure to have somebody that is in a leadership position to really be able to encourage that and posture them. And even you as pastor, sometimes they just take the lead of maybe what you're doing because they see you in a specific role.
Right.
Versus me coming in and just kind of helping facilitate that. It was really cool to be able to see that and see my son witness some of that as well. And so, yeah, it's been interesting. God is definitely on the move up here, and it's exciting to see him working in the lives of our youth.
Yeah, and so we just want to encourage you where you're at. You might not have time to get away, but even in the middle of your day, I would
Yeah.
just encourage you, take some time. Whether like us, we got up early, even though we're not getting much sleep. We're like, we got to get up early so that we're ready for what God wants to do in today's camp, and hear from the Lord. And I would just say, don't rush past the moment. Jesus regularly withdrew from the crowds and even from his disciples and got alone with the Father. In the Old Testament, Moses got outside of the camp, representing all the needs and all the responsibilities. That's what you're doing. That's what I'm doing. That's what our youth are doing. And
Yeah.
and when we do that, even if it's just like 15 minutes, God, when we honor God long enough to say, hey, God, what are you saying today? God always honors that request. So don't rush past the moment this week. Take some extra time, whether in the morning or in the evening. Don't rush past it. God wants to speak to you so he can speak through you. Just like our kids found out last
Yeah.
night, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I would say, yeah, I mean, it's cool because our audience here is probably not going to be, another kid in a camp cabin.
No.
Right?
No.
So just like John is saying, I'm a business owner. I find it extremely important to find those moments for myself, whether it be early morning or just secluded where I don't have teams of people around me, all the time, or find some, alone time in my office to just shut the door, remove distraction,
Yeah.
listen to what God's putting on your heart, and then be willing enough to be obedient to what he's asked of you in that moment. So take some time, be
Yeah.
patient,
Yeah.
hear what God's speaking and saying.
Yeah, thank you for your prayers too, for our youth. It's so exciting to see them realizing God actually wants to speak to them, not when they're our age, but right now he wants
Yeah.
to use them and he wants to use you. Thank you guys so much. God bless.